Hello, hello. This is Jen. I hope everybody's good. I'm here with an energy update. So, welcome if you're new. Welcome back if you're not new. Thank you for being here. Um, what's today's date? August 19th. And the energies that we're in right now are very complex, like multiple layers, a bunch of mix and match, end of cycle, beginning of new cycle. So, all of this to say, there's a lot going on. Like I never say that. There's a lot going on. A lot. We just had a new moon, and as we are going towards the end of August, things are going to start clearing up for a lot of people because a lot of people are feeling like they're in the dark. They're feeling like they don't know the path, they don't know where to go, the direction to go, they don't know what they need to let go. Because, as if there's a lot of people in the collective that in order to let go, they want to know what's coming in. And it doesn't work this way. Um, when we talk about ascension, spiritual ascension, and awakening, and all of that, there is no shortcuts. There are no shortcuts. And sometimes we have to surrender to the fact that we don't know what's ahead, that we don't know what is coming for us, and just let go and make the space for this new stuff to come in. And if you think about it this way, there are no shortcuts. So as long as you're looking for the shortcut, the closer you get to your own failure. Especially when we talk about spiritual ascension, because the more you are looking for the shortcut, the more you are getting away from your own truth and your own lessons and your own stuff to understand and to deal with and to forgive or surrender to. Therefore, you're introducing some form of resistance. When you tell the universe, I want the easiest way out, or I'm looking for the easiest way out, not that there's something wrong with looking to find the easiest way out, but some things in life, for some things, they're just none. It doesn't exist. I mean, if you plant a plant or veggies, sure, you can put some food in the soil so that it can grow stronger and a little bit faster, but there is no shortcut to make your tomato plant grow faster. It has to grow according to its natural cycle. Same thing for us. And since we're all of the unified field and we're all one, we're all connected, right? Like, we're all connected. So I'm saying this and I'm laughing a little bit because I keep on saying that. In the past few days, I've been saying it over and over and over and over again. We're all connected. It's like, wake up. We're all connected, dude. I was saying that to different people, and as they were telling me about their stories, and it's like, yeah, we're connected. I mean, that's the way it works. So because we're all part of this unified field, looking for the shortcut creates not only resistance for you, but for other people as well. Some things cannot be pushed, like divine timing, like your own expansion, your own growth, your own direction. It just needs to be lived one day at a time, 1 hour at a time, 1 minute at a time. And while you're busy doing all that living, your job is to embody your divinity, your divine light, to do everything with as much divine light and with as much of a high vibration as possible. And that's it. The rest will come when it is time for these things to come in. And if you are on a purging streak right now, which can very much be possible at this point because there was a lot of purging going on in the collective for so many things, like so many things. Some people were purging like past life stuff and they didn't know what was going on. Some people were being being reminded of their own spiritual gifts, and with a lot of stuff related to Egypt, Atlantis, Lemuria, and all those ancient civilization where these people were using their spiritual gifts. They were using astrology as a compass to what's going on in the world. They were using all kinds of ceremonies and rituals in their daily lives. And slowly, as we go towards the end of August, more and more people are getting interested into those rituals. Not necessarily rituals from Egypt, but rituals at large. They want to integrate that into their life, and that's great because we do need that. I mean, spiritually, we need to have spiritual hygiene just like we do for our physical aspect. It's part of who we are, and if we don't take care of our spirituality, who's going to do it? It would be the same as never getting the trash out. I mean, it would get very heavy and nasty after some time. So doing rituals, and I know a lot of people associate rituals with dark magic or with bad stuff, and it's not. Of course, these people that do all kinds of weird stuff, they use rituals. The thing is for your manifestations to work, you need to do some form of physical ritual to birth it on earth, to bring it from the spiritual plane to the physical. So that's why people do rituals. And it doesn't have to be complicated, really. Just like whatever you resonate with. It doesn't have to be like the whole shebang of like chanting and all of that. No. It could be something as simple as, you know, when I turn around or spin around, boom, there it is. It could be anything, really. But if you want to like learn more about this, go ahead, because it's really interesting to see in different parts of the world what kind of rituals they are doing and ceremonies, especially when we look at the shamans, at the indigenous people, the rituals that they do. My God, that's crazy. That's so interesting. That's so powerful. And why is it important is because that's where the energy tends to lift off, to just like become alive. So anyhow, going back to the end of August, this new moon, we're called to dig deep, and we're called to be very, very honest with ourselves. Don't cheat on yourself trying to go faster or to hide stuff. It's not going to work. It's just going to make things harder and way harder than you think, because the universe has had it. I mean, not that the universe is a person, but it's time. The universe keeps moving forward, right? And bringing stuff to us. And there is no more time to be messing around, not doing or not caring for our spiritual health. I mean, I see some people, they are so miserable in their lives. They're so unhappy, but they're not doing anything. And that makes me sad, because this is where the sentence, you have everything in you, makes a lot of sense, right? Because it's true. We have everything in us to shift those kinds of energy around. So it's really a time to go deep and get rid of everything that we don't like, that we don't resonate with, that everything. and then the rest will come. It is also a moment of big truth, like major truth coming in individually. I mean, we are being delivered our truth, but ourselves. I said that before. I think it was in the last video. So it's either you're in or you're out. I mean, I know a lot of people have questions about like ascension and the split of the earth and all of that. And it's easy. You choose to be part of it or you don't. It's as simple as that. And if you want to be happy in life, if you want to change your life around, the power is all in your hands. And it's about shifting stuff around. That's it, and that's all. I mean, of course, easier said than done. I know. It's really hard work. I've been in it for a very long time. And sometimes I do get discouraged, but I always pick myself up and dust myself up and let's go. Let's keep it moving. So there's a major shift coming. Like it's something unexpected. It's something that I can't even see or read. I can't feel it, that there is this shift coming, like just around the corner. And it's really a time to listen to our intuition, because we're being delivered like parts of important information about our mission, what we need to do, about our lives, like pure divine guidance. And a lot of people are just not listening to their divine guidance, which is intuition, by the way. And they end up making the wrong decisions over and over and over and over and over again. And if you look at people, some people, they seem to be so lucky in life. They seem like they're always at the right time, at the right place, at the right time. They're always like getting opportunities that seem to be falling out the sky. If you were to sit down with these people and ask them, why did you do it? Why did you do this that way? Or why did you decide to go there on that day? I'm pretty sure they're going to tell you, I don't know, I just had an intuition. I just had, a hunch to go there or to do that or to start learning this, not knowing that 2 or 3 months later, I would be making a living out of my new skill. They listen to their intuition. This is pure, intuition is pure. It's pure divine guidance. It's the thread keeping us connected to the universe, to God, to the Creator, whoever that entity is. And if we cut that thread, I mean, we're cutting ourselves off from abundance, from, clarity, from all that goodness, all that good stuff. So why am I talking about this? Because the Divine Masculine is working on their intuition. For a lot of them, they unfortunately had cut that thread, and they were like stuck in their mind, in their ego, and after going a few rounds of tower moments and having their lives like pretty much crumble down, or having their dreams crumble down, like the visions they had for themselves and for their lives, they're being shown, look, this is not it, because this is not you. The real you looks more like this. And sometimes when we're being delivered messages like this, it can be hard to accept, because maybe it wasn't part of your vision. Maybe it wasn't part of what you wanted or expected for yourself in life. But where are those programs coming from? It's probably someone else who put that into your mind, that you should do this, should do that, should make that much money, live in that kind of house, drive that car, and dress like this. I mean, I remember before I started my businesses, I was working as a sales representative, account manager, account executive, and all of that. And going to work, I had to wear a business suit, and I hated it with a passion. Not only shopping for a business suit is like the worst thing in the world, but wearing it all day long, geez. And when I was looking at people, I was like, okay, everybody's wearing a business suit here. We all look classy. We all look like clean and sharp. But as soon as people start talking, some people, you can tell that, they're in the wrong suit there. Because, I mean, don't judge the book by their cover. Yeah. So all of that to say that in my mind at the time, I was like, it's completely ridiculous. The business suit thing doesn't make you better than anyone else. It's just a front. So the divine masculine is working on that front. Took a long time for me to get there. Sorry. They're working on that front, that all those things that they had envisioned for themselves is the front that they built, that wall that a lot of people could feel, especially women or like divine feminine. And they're realizing, hey, I don't really need that to be happy. But what do I need? What is it that I really need? Who am I, really? What makes me happy? And we hear, for example, we hear a lot in hip hop, more money, more problems. And that's kind of true, because the more money you have, the more stuff you have, the more stuff you have to care for, and the more you have to be careful with people because you don't know who your real friends are anymore. Sure, like this is a general statement. It's not like there's always exceptions and all that. But if you think about it, the less stuff that you have, the less responsibility you have on your shoulders, the more free you are. When we see people going through their awakening and dumping everything and going to live in the woods or going around the world, maybe not at this time, but going around the world, that's where they're most happy. So all this to say that the divine masculine is really like analyzing and picking out one thing at a time, the stuff that they don't want anymore. And it's a conscious decision this time for a lot of them, which is a huge deal, because before it was taken away from them through tower moments because they didn't want to hear, they didn't want to listen, they didn't want to follow their intuition. And now they're like, okay, what if I tried it from this angle, being conscious about the decisions that I'm making and using my intuition to be guided and then waiting to see the results. So that's pretty big for a lot of them. So if you're a divine feminine, perhaps you're feeling this kind of like pressure that is like dissipating, going away slowly. Like there was a huge buildup during the summer and now you're on the other side of the curb and you're like, oh my God, okay, things are changing. Things are getting more harmonious. A lot of divine masculine want harmony in their lives. They want things to be different in their lives. And most of them knew how hard-headed they were by denying either the twin flame connection, the divine feminine, their true essence, their true divinity. And now they're like, okay, it's impossible. I cannot keep going on like this. I know I can't. I'm not sure how I'm going to do this and where I'm going to start and all of that. But one thing's for sure is that I want it and I want to do it this way. So it's a huge leveling up in consciousness for a lot of them. For a lot of them. And of course, some of them are still dealing with karmic stuff, karmic people, karmic relationships. It always depends where they are on their own journey. But other than that, the divine masculine are really definitely rising. Like there's this huge wave of awakening showing up for them. And that comes in at the right time because the divine feminine is pretty tired. Pretty tired. I know a lot of them are thinking, but I've been working at this for so long, and I have the feeling that it's never going to end. Healing yourself and spiritual ascension, I don't think it ever ends. It does end when we die. I think we will learn about ourselves in our deepness, in our different dimensions throughout our lives. But there comes a time where it's easier. And there comes a time where you're closer to feeling good and comfortable than feeling the opposite. But when you are in those moments of being discouraged, of being negative, being down and heavy, ask for help. Ask for support from the universe. And there's a way to ask. It's with your heart. It's not by being angry. It's with your heart. It's by saying, hey, universe, I'm having a rough time right now. Can I please get some help? And then you can go in as much detail as you want, but ask for help and you'll see something will change. Also, the divine masculine, a lot of them are like making space for the divine feminine and divine union. And they have to reach divine union within themselves first before twin flames can come together. And they're working on that. And that's good because a lot of them were just denying all of that. They were being hot-headed and a lot of them were acting very cocky about who they thought they were. Like they had an attitude of, I know it all. You're crazy with your spiritual stuff. Go away. I kind of don't like you, kind of thing. And now they've worked a lot and they've been served a lot of things. And for a lot of them, they're like, geez, I wasn't that good with the feminine. I wasn't seeing what she was talking about or understanding, and I was just treating her like she was crazy. And now I am in the same place. I understand now what she was talking about. And yeah, sometimes when we reach those levels, it comes with a great deal of guilt. And they are working on that. A lot of them have spiritually expressed that they want harmony with their divine feminine. So we need to wait and see. That's probably what the big shift, unexpected shift coming that I keep on seeing, but I don't know yet what it is. I guess it depends on everyone, like individually, where you're at. I mean, if you're ready to switch dimensions and just have a different kind of life, perhaps you're resonating with that big unexpected shift that I'm seeing. And if you don't, well, that's fine. Maybe you're just in a different space right now. And that's okay too. And then it also depends when you're listening to this. To finish up on the divine masculine, they've been hit hard into purging and into being brutally honest with themselves, towards themselves and towards others. Like they cannot, like there is no more possibility for them to be wearing that mask that they've been wearing for so long. They can't. Can't. It's over. Completely over. They just can't. If they try to hide something, or if they try to not be brutally honest with themselves and others, something happens immediately or like not too long after, and the truth is exposed. So not only we are in a time where there's a lot of exposure in the world, but there's a lot of exposure like individually. That's the rising, that's the spiritual awakening, that's Gaia, the earth, changing consciousness and frequencies and vibration. It's touching everyone in a different way. Maybe for you it's about just like letting go of things that you weren't able to let go before, and you didn't know why or understand why you weren't able to let it go. Maybe now you're like, why wasn't I able to do this before? This is so ridiculous. You know, when you wake up in the morning and you feel so totally different than the day before or the week before, and you're like, whoa, what happened to me last night? I'm different. I'm seeing things differently. Even my voice is different. Like, that's the kind of time we're in right now for a lot of people. In talking about the voice changing, the more you are aligned with your chakras, but the more you are aligned with your heart, the more the heart and the mind and the body are aligned, the more your voice changes, because the resonance of your voice in your body is different. And the more people can pick up on those codes or that love that you feel for yourself and you feel for the world, and the more people are drawn to you, and the more people are drawn to opening up to you. So a lot of beautiful things going on, even though it can feel extremely dense. I mean, it has been. That's why I was waiting to come back here to do an update, because I needed a break. I needed to rest. I needed to figure out what those energies were, because I was getting my ass kicked big time. I was exhausted. So I waited, and I kind of knew that with the new moon, things would change, and here I am today, and the energy has changed, completely changed, and it's going to keep on changing as we go towards the end of August. And there's a new series on Netflix. I just started watching it. I'm like halfway through the first episode, so I don't know if it's how the rest of the episodes will be. So far, it's super good. It's called Unconnected. And I'm at the part where this bird watcher just understood how some birds fly back to Brazil, from America to Brazil, earlier when tornado season is going to hit. They used to leave earlier, but they didn't know why, until that man was able to link tornado season with the birds leaving earlier. All of this to say, like, animals are like truly connected to their intuition and all their divine tools. And they do wonderful stuff like this, like knowing when the tornadoes are coming earlier so they can leave. Because, you know, if they're stuck in a tornado while flying over the ocean, I mean, that's not good, right? So, I mean, they listen to the clues, and they listen to the synchronicities, and they listen to what they feel. They listen to their body. The body never lies. The body is the divine truth. So if we could just focus on that a bit more, things would be a little bit easier for a lot of people. Listen to what your body is telling you, to those signals. Sure, if you are an anxious person, sometimes anxiety will rise up for absolutely no reason, or, you know, reasons that you're aware of, but you understand that there's nothing you can really do about it, because it's like post-traumatic stress and stuff like that, and you're working on it in a different manner. But I mean, the body sends signals like all the time, throughout the day, throughout the night, and it's telling us what to do. And that's how psychics work as well. It's through the body. It's the channel. It's the channel, the bridge between the spiritual plane and the physical plane. It's our body. We are antennas. And if you don't know Bruce Lipton, go watch his videos. That's exactly what he says. We are just an antenna, and we're broadcasting the show of our lives. And it's absolutely true. It's very hard to do at times because there's interference and all that stuff, but the clearer we keep our body, the clearer we keep our channel, the better our life should be. So yeah, so that's it for now. Thank you for being here. You can follow me on social media at IndigoGirl555 on Instagram, Indigo Girls Readings on Facebook. You can also reach me by email at indigogirl555 at gmail.com. And until the next time, be well.